everyone. This is Elizabeth. Thank you for joining me today. This video is sponsored by Simon Hurley and Ranger Ink. Oh, you guys, they blessed me with their new line of ink pads, okay, and some new colors. So the Simon Hurley inks, which if you followed me, this is my go-to all the time go-to colors, are the Simon Hurley colors. They originally came out in felt, okay, so they're felty. You got to give them a little haircut every now and then. They're a bit of a drier application because the ink settles on a felt pad differently than it does on a sponge. So that's their difference. Oops, little sewing fuzzies. Okay, we have new pads are in sponge. Old pads are in felt. Okay, the old ones look like this, Simon Hurley Create. According to Simon Hurley in the comments of my live, they will be doing blanks. So if you have the old felt, but you want the new color, you're going to buy the new re-inker and a blank. Okay, you're going to get your new re-inker, High Tide, and a blank, and then you're going to make your own color. Okay, they're not 100% sure if they're going to keep making the felt. If you love the felt, you got to tell them, hey, I have the felt. I want the new colors in the felt. Or like I said, keep them making the felt pads so that we can ink them up with the new colors when they come out, like High Tide, 100% Juice, Black Widow, and oh my goodness, 4 score. 4 for the win, right? So what else is different? Nothing. The re-inkers, okay? The re-inkers, oops, let me find one that is an older one. Where is Later Gator? Because I have that one sitting right over here. Okay, so new ink, old ink. That is the only difference. The only difference is the packaging. So if you have Later Gator and you want the new foam pad, just buy the foam pad and then re-ink it with your old one, okay? If you don't have a re-inker, you can buy the new re-inker and re-ink your old one and your new one with it, okay? So that is the only difference. Fabulous, right? Makes it nice and simple. So the difference is packaging for the re-inkers, only difference. Difference between new and old, felt, sponge. So what does that mean? Let me set these away and I'll be right back to explain. Or not. Pause button doesn't want to work. All right. So the two pads, felt versus sponge. Their biggest difference, okay, is their application. I have some Simon Hurley Stark White cardstock, okay. It is a great blend-in medium or paper for your ink blending needs. It's fabulous. Let me grab my stick mat. All right. So I've got my little stick mat. I've got the Simon Hurley, it's a blending rectangle of some sort. My apologies, I forgot the name. But it's just a lovely way to do a blend in one general area. And I picked the rectangle because it's a big area, right? And that way there, oh, you guys, we can also show off the new Simon Hurley blending tools. They're aerodynamic? No, they're you guys, words are hard. I don't even know. They're designed differently than our regular ink blending brushes. When I first started, I had a makeup brush, And I used this guy a lot until I got a whole set of these. But he did really good. And these are similar in that they stand upright. So you can hold it a little bit differently than this guy. So if you're not fond of these, but you use them, maybe you want to try these. And today we're going to try them. I haven't even used, look, it's so soft, you guys. But I want to use the new Midnight Snack versus the old Midnight Snack. And we're going to use the same brush, okay? So you can see, you can use the same brush through both of them. It's not going to hurt it. It's all the same ink. Now, do you see? We're scrubbing. We're scrubbing to get the color on there. Why? Because felt does not release the colors. Oh my gosh, look how nicely that blends. I love this. I love this handle. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So we can build up. We just build up and build up with the felt pads, right? We just build it up and we get this beautiful color gradient all the way down to almost nothing. I'm just going to peel this back just a little teeny bit so you can see color goes all the way down, but look how light it goes. This is one of my favorite things about the felt is you build the color. You build it up. You saturate it by building. That way there you can go from dark to light. However, with the felt or the pads, the foams, we're going to be a little bit more careful because the ink likes to sit right there at the top. We don't have to go hunting for that ink. It's sitting right there. So we're going to gently blend. I'll have to get used to this because like I said, I don't do this very often. You know what? Let's put on another piece of paper just so we can see how it builds up. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? We would trim that up so it's nice and square and put a little flower in there. Oh my goodness. Midnight Snack. Such a beautiful color. Such a beautiful color. So again, stark white cardstock. This little template here has the little corners. There's little corner marks so you can put it on your A2 size card. Okay. We're going to do the same thing. Let me set this right here so we can kind of watch that. Okay, we're going to get some ink on here. And then we're just going to, this is a new brush, so we're going to ink it up. Oops. And then we're going to go down. And see, I didn't have to ink my brush very much. I had to go in a few times to do that. But I didn't have to go in a few times to do this. Because it absorbs the ink. Look at that. It absorbs the ink. And then if I do go in again, look how much darker that is. Okay, it's the same ink. It's just the application is different. So this is going to get darker much faster. Much easier. Hardly doing any lifting or pressing with the ink there. Oops. And I guess we're done with that. But let's put these two side by side and you can see the felt, you got to build it up to get there. Yeah, I mean, look how dark we got it right there. Just incredible, isn't it? So, and you have to work on the felt. You work to get it dark and the lightness is easy. It's reverse with your sponge. If you want it super light, you got to work a little bit not to be heavy-handed, not to get that ink down there. We did the same thing. We started at the top and blended it down. Super light, not as light. So you get kind of a reverse. Build up for the dark, light is easy. The dark is super easy, and you got to be careful to get the lighter sections. But we can do stuff with that. I would trim that all the way off. I can't believe I smooshed that, but that's okay. That happens. Okay, so Application is different. That's it, you guys. I know. Wait, what? That's the only difference. I prefer the buildup, but sometimes we just want that little piece to be quick, right? So maybe we get the lightness we want with our felt, and then we put our, we don't take this off for one. If we don't take this off, right? Oops. This will line back up, trust me. Just my fingers are not doing their job today. Okay. So maybe you have this and you like, oh, I like how dark it is. Yeah, you can have both. It's okay. I'm not going to judge you. Heck, I have both. Please stay. And then we can come in with our ink, right? I just pressed in there and look how much darker I got that right over the top of our felt. Okay. So you can use them together. Oh, look at that. Isn't that, oh, you guys. Look at how deep that color got. Just by going back into the sponge one and picking up the sponge color. I know, right? And if you want it to go lighter, you can just clean off your brush a little bit, right? Tap off. We always have that. And then you can blend into the lighter color. It's just a little bit of work if you're going from the sponge to the paper, right? If you want light, you're going to have to clean it off. But you can get it light. Just so you know, you can. It's just a different kind of work. But what do you think of that? Ugh. That color, Midnight Snack, you guys, is a beautiful nighttime sky. Blend that to an orangey color. So fabulous, so fabulous. Okay, so blending, the blending brush, I like. I like it a lotus. It's fabulous. Let us do a blend together. Together blend. Let's see how that does, right? We're going to put this down. We're going to use the sponge for Midnight Snack, and we're going to use the sponge for Bee Sting. Look at these colors. I've got sewing fuzzies everywhere. We're gonna tap the color. I don't know, whatever makes your heart happy. You just don't have to push as hard, right? So we're going to come in here with some Bee Sting. And if we get a mark, because we're not used to our brushes, all you're going to do is add color until that mark is gone. That's all we're going to do. We're going to, oh, look at that. Once these brushes get saturated, getting the color on is going to be so much more easier. Oh, I love the feel of the brush. Let's see, we got a little bit of marks going on there. Got a little crazy. We're going to get this red pulled down. They cover a nice area quickly. Again, we're using the stark white cardstock. Can hold it like this. Get that nice and blendy. Look at that. Covers so beautifully. It's like full coverage right there, and then it kind of bleeds out in his body right there. That's nice. Okay. So we got some Bee Sting on there. Now we're going to grab some Midnight Snack, and our brush is getting nice and full. Okay, nice and full. So it's going to pick up that color much easier. Look at that. And then we're going to go right into the red. Oh my goodness. Nice. It would definitely take me a bit to do this with those other brushes, only because their surface area is so small. Blend that right into the red. And if we want it darker, well, we just add more ink. Well, that's nice. Oh, that's very nice. Very nice. I think I'm going to go up a little bit further into the red. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So gorgeous. So gorgeous. Woo! Look at that. And if we want it darker, well, we're just going to go in again. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit more red over the top of that. Just see if we can't blend that out a little bit more. Oh my gosh, that bee sting. Look it. Ooh. So lovely. Oh. Get more red in this corner. Why not? Oh, look at that. You guys, it's beautiful. Look it. Oh, hoo, 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 hoo. I love blending. I love blending. Now, if we were to do this with the felt pad, it would take us a long time to get those colors that dark. But look at that. And if we want to get rid of this, we would just go back in with that blue and add some more blue in there. But I like that fadedness right there. Oh, it's so pretty. You know what we need to do with this? Just because it's fabulous. We're going to go in with some beluga. We're going to give it a little shine here. And then we'll have a nice, gorgeous background for something. I don't know. We'll figure out something, right? Let's give a little mist right down the center. Because why not? Oh, look at that. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh my goodness. That's gorgeous. Solar sprays. They're also available at Ranger. So if you don't have the solar sprays and you want to try out the inks, grab a solar spray. Grab some ink. Oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that just phenomenal? Oh, can you guys see how stunning that is? Oh, I don't know what I'm going to put with that, but we'll put it in our stash. We'll do something with it. So the new ink blending brushes, fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I do love how easy they are. It's going to be a little bit getting used to, and I think once we fill up the bristles with some ink and get them nice and saturated, they're going to work much easier. It is something my hand is going to have to get used to. It's a little different than what I'm used to because, well, we've been using these kinds forever, right? But I like them, and I like the smoothness of them. They're very nice. They're very nice. Another thing these inks are different for is their stamping quality, right? So let's show you some stamping quality of the red rubber versus, stamping quality of the felt versus the pads, okay? And we're just going to we're going to use this dark white cardstock. So we'll do a felt versus a spongy pad. This is the Whimsical Florals 3-piece, yes, it's a peel apart. The Simon Hurley peel apart red rubber stamps are some of my faves. I have a seriously big collection of these things. Absolutely love them. We're going to start with Midnight Snack in the felt, okay? We're going to do a one and done just to show you the different quality you're going to get. Now, some of you may not like how the felt stamps, and that's perfectly fine. Maybe that's why you haven't purchased them, is because you're like, oh, I don't like how they stamp. I personally love it. It's light, it's beautiful, it's cool for me. Okay, so midnight snack in the felt. We're gonna flip and we're gonna press. Okay, red rubber, you can give it some CPR, boop, boop, you know, and you're good to go. We just get our little mat here and press in all the places, okay, and then we lift. And we get this nice, light, almost faded jeans kind of look, you know. Apparently there was some dirt on my thing, okay. So it's super light in that application. The colors, oops, where's my water? Because it is the Simon Hurley ink, it cleans up with water, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, no joke, it's done, okay? And to be fair with the sponge, we're gonna clean off so that there's no residue from our felt pad, okay? So that's all nice and clean. Clean our table. See, easy. Okay, now we're gonna stamp with our sponge. You can already see it's like boom. It's so dark, so quick, right? We're just tapping gently. Don't have to tap hard at all. Don't have to tap hard at all. Okay, sponge application onto our paper, flip, pick an area, and press. Just like the felt, we're going to give it some CPR because it's not about the ink at this point, it's about the stamp. Red rubber stamps, you can give some CPR, okay? You want to make sure you get nice connection between the paper and the stamp. Oh my goodness. Same color, you guys, it's the exact same color. That is your other difference, okay? Exact same color, but you have a felt versus the sponge. And that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a different look, a different technique. Okay. I love this. If I wanted it darker, I would put it in a stamping platform and restamp it. You don't have to do that with these. And that's perfectly fine. Sometimes I like the lighter. Sometimes this will be so nice. When I want a nice crisp, I don't have to stamp it 50 million times. That's fine. Okay. But both have their qualities. Both are gorgeous. Okay. Another thing for, oops, I forgot to grab something. Please hold. Okay. Sorry about that. Another application difference is going to be with your stamping foam. If you enjoy Simon Hurley stamping foam, here's Later Gator, both in sponge, sponge felt, okay? With the felt on the stamping foam, we just rub it on there, okay? We rub it on. We get it all nice and inky like so, okay? Again, the application is going to be different. We're going to mist it and we're going to stamp it. I have not done this with the sponge, so we're going to find out together how that's going to look, okay? Ugh, I love that. This image has been pressed into my stamping foam for eons, absolute eons, okay? It's not going to hurt it anything. The older it gets, the harder it is to get some of the inks out. Sorry for the squeakies, but that happens sometimes. Okay, so then how do we apply the sponge? Because we don't want to rub it on like we do with the felt, because we don't want to ruin it. There's a little bit of, we got a little bit of guck going on. That's all right. So we'll and it like sticks, so you don't want to holy moly, That's a lot of color. I don't know. So you might have to do your application a little bit differently, as in maybe use a brush. We can do that. We're going to mist that just like we did with the other one, because why not? We're going to press. Same color, but because we are able to get more ink onto the sponge quicker and more evenly, I guess we could say it is a more even, it's going to look darker. Okay. The other way you could get is with a brush. But see, it's the same color, it's just darker. It's almost as if we stamped it twice, right? But it was only one go. We still get all the same gorgeous detail. We can't do the effects like we do with the felt. We can't rub it around the edges. However, we can modify our look. Let me grab a couple more sheets of paper. For this application, for these two, I am using my accent opaque paper. It's my less costly paper. The other stamps was on the Simon Hurley Stark White cardstock because, well, we were being extra there. Okay, so we're going to do these two. Let's use a new color and something similar. So let's use High Tide here and 100% juice there, and then we're going to put 100% juice with Triple Berry. Oh, that's Prom Queen. Where's Triple Berry? Because that's felt, and then we'll do this one with Tropical Tango. Okay. So we're going to clean our Stampin' Foam. Maybe. Like I said, this Stampin' Foam I've had since its release, you guys. It's been well used. Well used. Okay. So for our pads, right? We can't, well, okay, you can do a little bit of, but see how harsh that is? It's a little bit hard to control because it wants to stick. It doesn't want to slide, right? So say like we put the color on, right? Then we get our felt pad, because our felt, it just lets us do much easier. Like it slides around so much easier. Those two colors are almost the same. And I'm not worried about contamination. You guys, if you are, you can just wipe the top of your felt. It's fine. We're going to give a little mist. And we probably won't see this one as well if I'd have picked a different color. Tropical Tango and High Tide probably are too close. Too close. Oops. But, ooh, it did darken our edges quite nicely. I like that. That High Tide, though. Look at how pretty that is. All your summer cards. Oh, my goodness. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Okay, so then this is a good way to show you that you can use all the pads, the felt with the sponges. So you can just add the sponges into your collection, the 4 new ones, if you like. Again, 100% juice, High Tide, 4, and Black Widow. We have a black, you guys. I know, what? Okay, where's High Tide's lid? Upside down, hanging out right there. All right, so 100% juice and Triple Berry. No, let's not do Triple Berry because that's not going to show up very well. Let's do a brown. Let's do a Weeping Willow. I know, what? We need it to show that we can blend them together. So we're going to tap. The pads are going to give us full coverage unless you use a brush, which you can totally do. Do I have a brush out for purple? No, I do not. Purple, I need a brush. Okay, So we're going to smooth out the ink. Oh yeah, that's nice. We kind of covered everything up. That's okay. And then we're going to use Weeping Willow to darken our edges. Oh, that's going to be nice. You guys, oh my goodness, that might be a great combo. Ooh! Then we're going to mist it, and then we're going to stamp it. So your sponge is going to give you full coverage, quick, easy, full coverage. And your felt, you're just going to get a lighter application. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. You see that Weeping Willow in there? Oh my goodness. Oh, I love that. And it's a much softer application around the edges. Oh, I love that. That goes like that. Those two. Sponge, felt around the edges. Or you can go in with your blending tools, take it off the sponge. So if we take this off the sponge and just, it's going to be a lot longer, you guys, but you can get that off the sponge. Tippity tappities. We don't want to spin our brush in there too much. We don't want to rip the sponge. But yeah, that's going to take me forever. Get that in there. Let's see. Let's get Midnight Snack in here off the sponge. Brand new brush, brand new brush. Get that on there. And let's see how it looks from off. Basically putting the inks on with a brush. Let me close these up before I stick my hands in them or something. We're going to go for another accent opaque. We're going to give a mist. And I keep touching the things. Quit touching the things with your dirty fingers. That's got a dirty spot too. So you can add the inks with your brush. However, see how spotty it is and how smooth that is? Okay. Much smoother application if you tap it on. But different applications. You can definitely use your brushes and your sponge foams for your stamping foam. You're just going to get a different application. So there are benefits to both, right? The felt, you can be a little bit more aggressive, do a little bit more tricky techniques because you go from light and you build up to the dark. Whereas the sponge, it's dark. As soon as you stamp it, it's dark. So you have to work to get the lightness in. Use them together like we did here, where we did the felt and then we came back in with that sponge. And it was way easier. So you can do a combination of both. Me, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be using them both. I'm still going to be using my felt more because I love them. I love the felt ink pads. Colors are the same. Aside from the new ones like 100% Juice, High Tide, Black Widow, and 4. But let me go ahead and show you these two new colors, and then I'll let you go because, well, they're gorgeous, right? And black and green combo are my fave. Let's blend these two together. Can we do that? Can we blend the two together? I think so. Let's do another rectangle. We're going to clean this guy off. We're going to clean it off. Okay. Clean it. You guys, I'm excited. Who thinks the black and green is going to be fabulous? We're going back to the Simon Hurley Stark White because it is a great blending cardstock, right? And we need our stick mat. Stick mat, I need you, which unfortunately we have to clean. So please bear with me as I clean guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today and checking out the new Stellar inks. Same ink formula we fell in love with, okay? Same inks, just new packaging, So if you want the new pad and you have the old re-inker, just get the pad. If you don't have any re-inkers, you can just buy the new ones, okay? So we're gonna put our stark white cardstock down. We're gonna get our little rectangle, because rectangles are nice, and why not, right? Although that's a little off. I'm gonna try and keep it centered, so if it turns out good, we can use it for something. I'm sure it's gonna turn out fabulous though. We're gonna go into my new bucket, because I bought brand new brushes. Not that I needed them by any means, not that I needed them, but I thought it would be fun to go in and show you the colors in their purity, because my brushes are color family. Like, I've used all the greens on this, so it's going to have some green underneath from all of them. And today I wanted to just show you in the purest form the colors. Hey, where'd 4 go? We need 4. It's right there. Okay, so we're going to do Black Widow and 4. So, and this 4. You guys, wait till you see 4. 4 is gorgeous. We're going to do some tapping, get some ink on there. Look how gorgeous that is already. Oh my goodness. I need to get more of these. They graced me with 3. They graced me with 3, and I have red and blue on those. I'm not sure what color I'm going to do, but look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. And we're going to try and blend it down lighter. So we're going to just take the ink that's off the mat there. Oh, look at that. I love that green. Oh my goodness, it's so gorgeous. I love greens, if you didn't know. If you didn't know, you know now. Elizabeth loves the pretty greens, and this one is pretty fabulous. Look at that. Look at that. So you can go lighter. It's just a little bit of a work, because you got to go light-handed so you don't accidentally make marks and all that fun stuff. But to get it dark, look how dark it got. Okay, here we go with some Black Widow, and we're going to start it at the top. Oh, yeah. During my live with T Not Afraid of Color on Friday, last Friday, we, well, I did a comparison of the blacks. It is a nice black, absolutely gorgeous. I'm glad we have it. It's not as dark as a particular black that I use all the time, but I'm really happy with it. It's, oh, look at that. Look at that. And we're just going to blend that right into the green. I'm going to come down a little bit more with the darkness. And then we're going to use this and go right. We're going to go right into that green. And if we need more, I'm going to start up here and then pull it down. See if that helps. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a great color to help darken all of the colors. It's just, oh, yummy. Don't eat it, though. I know it looks yummy, guys, but don't eat it. Look at that. I can't, look at how beautiful those blend. And it just makes it so gorgeous in there. Look at that. Oh, you know what this needs, you guys? it needs some blingy bling too. Let's throw some crocodile tears over the whole thing, because why not? Crocodile tears. You shake your micas any way you want to shake your micas. I just shake the crap out of them. If it gets clogged and I can't fix it, I just buy another one. They're not very expensive. Another cap. You can buy replacement caps at Ranger. Oh yeah. Oh, I want some big spots though. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh, that makes 4 look spectacular. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's gorge. Gorge. Ah. Look at that. Oh, you guys, please tell me you can see that. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Isn't that just... Oh, look at how... Oh, ew, it's almost as beautiful as my nails. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's more pretty. It's more pretty than my nails. Oh, my goodness. But that Black Widow with the green on there, too. Oh, my goodness. Black Widow is going to be really pretty with all of the sprays on there. So, you guys... Let me know if you have any more questions, if you want to see anything. We did go over how the pads differ from the felt. Okay, squishy pad, felt pad, same color, different applications are going to give you different looks, right? Like your pads are going to give you fuller color, quicker, easier than the felt. Okay, this is one and done. Felt pad, midnight snack, spongy midnight snack. Okay, ink blending is going to go super dark, super quick. Okay, bee sting and midnight snack, and then a little beluga through the middle there. I know, right? Stamping foam, you can still use your spongies on stamping foam. However, it's going to be more full coverage, and you're not going to be able to do like the blendy blends unless you use your brush, in which case you can absolutely pull the color off of the pad and brush it in here. Okay, 100% juice, high tide, beautiful colors, beautiful colors. New 4 color, new Black Widow color, 4 new colors for your crafty goodness. New new ink blending brushes. So if you're not fond of these ones, you can check these ones out. Head over to Simon Hurley's channel. He explains the journey for these guys, and it's a fun little story about how these came to be. A long time in the making, but they're here with us today, and look at. You can see very clearly this is blue and this is red. I love it. Like, yum. And I have no idea how I'm going to store these. So I'll be on the lookout for some storage ideas for these guys. But yeah, they're fun. They're soft. They're smooth. Yeah, you can hold them a couple of different ways, like a pencil or like, you know, so there's lots of ways you can create with those. I hope you enjoyed. Again, if you have questions, please ask them and I will try to address them during a live, or if there's enough questions, I will do another video. But I hope you enjoyed, and let me know, do you think that you didn't like the felt? Are you gonna try the pads, the stellar pads? I have both, and I'm gonna keep both. And if they stop making the felt, I'm gonna buy the blanks to add the color to, because like I said, I love the felt pads. And again, the only difference between the re-inkers is the label. So you can still do all the fun stuff with the re-inkers that we've always done. I hope you guys, let me know what you guys think. Look at that. Look at that. I do like that. Using both. is fabulous, right? Anyways, I will chat with you guys later. Have a great crafty day, and stay safe out there. Bye-bye.